There are tons of code that is running a lot of things that I'm going to show you and talk about. But thank you for the time. This is really just to go inside what it is that Microsoft is planning for the Microsoft 365 Community Conference, working with the event team, working with MVPs, getting all the ideas from you from the past. We're soliciting a lot of information so that we can put on a good show and give you the information that you need, both product updates and deep dive information about how to do X and Y. So I have a little information to share. Certainly, if you have any questions, I can address them in the chat afterwards. But let's get into it. This is Inside Planning, the Microsoft 365 Community Conference. So if you didn't know, it is in Orlando, Florida. That's in the United States, and it's on the Disneyland property within the Swan and Dolphin Hotel. It's a unique place to walk around. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot that's going to be happening inside the community center because we're building it out to have really unique experiences inside the expo hall. We want you to save the date to join us there so that you can join the keynote, the breakouts, the workshops. We're giving you an incentive of $100 if you use the specific code. I'll probably mention that a couple times. And you'll see peppered throughout all the links I just posted into the chat that you can review and look into more. And certainly review the entire public website on your own. There's a lot more to come, and that's really what I'm here to share, which is what is Microsoft working on and how are we going to be supporting this conference. So the why to attend, I think, is generic to why attend any in-person conference, why participate in any online conference, so that you can discover what it is that you're interested in. Of course, this one is very specific around Microsoft 365, the Power Platform, what we're doing in all sorts of products like SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, Planner, Loop, Lists, you name it, we're covering it across the spectrum. We have a lot of peers across Microsoft, MVPs, and communities. But a big focus will be AI. We want you to be comfortable with what we're doing with what AI is, what it offers. Big focus, of course, on Copilot and Copilots. Whether you're a developer, IT, or just a business user, there will be something for you to help you understand what it is, to give you the confidence in terms of how we're building it, deploying it, what it can do to keep you safe, but also what it can do to make you productive and work with each other. There's going to be a lot at the core level. So we're working on a lot of sessions. A lot of the feedback we got in the past was we need more focus on adoption, deployment, what it is that I can do with it once I've committed to using it. So we want you to build those skills. We want you to gain knowledge and share it with a bunch of other people so that you can get comfortable with the tools. Microsoft 365 just by itself offers a ton. I know you all know that. The Power Platform adds even more of a ton. That's 2 tons. And then there's Azure, and there's everything that you do as developers to make it so that you can customize it, all of which is very true and all of which is very much the focus. And I think the most important thing, like we're doing today, is networking, getting to know each other, swapping ideas, maybe chiding each other, and sharing those things that we've learned so that then, as Vesa would say, and I think now the whole community has adopted it, sharing is caring, and an event of itself is a giant share. So let's get beyond the why attend and get it into a little bit of the specifics. I thought I would start with the voice of an attendee from the past. This is a collection of attendees. I hope the audio comes through, and I'll just let this play.
It's an amazing experience. You get to interact with people that you wouldn't otherwise across different industries.
It's a great conference. It's packed, which has been fantastic.
Very engaging, very awesome. We're learning a ton of new items that are coming and products that are being launched.
A lot of people, a lot of networking. I love it. People are generally really nice.
Great speakers. Jeff's keynote was awesome. It's been wonderful so far. These events are really great. We've been working remotely for too long, and it's great to come out and see new people.
So you get to hear experts share their experiences and ask questions. That's another positive benefit.
It's just one giant community of interested learners. It's very fun, and it's really cool to meet other people here that are doing the same thing.
The vibes are good.
All right, so that's what it looked like last year, and I hope you saw some familiar faces. Did you see Paolo in there? But let's get into then what is it going to be in 2024. This is really our focus of building out content. Of course, it comes with a huge amount of engagement, And it is what Microsoft is doing alongside MVPs and community. So we've got a big opening keynote with Jeff Teeper. I've seen at least the outline and planning of what the team is looking to put on as a big show to kick everything off. It'll be a all-encompassing keynote, and Jeff is going to be joined by several product leaders. Then we've got 5 general sessions that essentially take the keynote and break it down into 5 larger segments that we want to focus on to give you sort of the broadest view possible, but also that double click from what you can get from within Jeff's 75-minute session. So each general session will really focus on pretty broad areas. And then everything off of that is just to refine down and engage. We've got an AMA, we've got several customer panels. There are a lot of 60-minute breakout sessions that are coming. On this, I'm listing 80. Those are Microsoft-led sessions. But in addition to that, there's about twice as many from the community and MVPs. There's also lightning talks. These are great if you want to get just a little bit about something small or a cool demo or something you need to know as an end user. We're planning about 25 of these, but I think that'll grow when we start to pull in community as well. That'll be in the Expo Hall. We've got some specific content for D&I, for diversity and inclusion, plus some career sessions, so you can learn about not only what it is that the tech is, but what it's like to be a certain individual, doing things in a certain way, working with tech, and how to learn how to navigate some things, whether it is your own experience in tech or building your career, building your network. There is a specific track. I can't reveal the name just yet, but I'll just call it the business track for now. That's programmed by Dan Holm, who always puts together great content of his own through Viva Engage is what his big focus is. But this is really broad, so that if you're a business user, especially mid to level to exec, there's a specific track that's being built out for you. Then we have our design team and our research team coming in to do these 30 to 60-minute sessions on a very specific topic to get your feedback and to do some hands-on design work, which is really fun. You have to sign up for them, but they're very much worth going to. Throughout the week, we'll have execs meeting and greeting if you want to chat with them, ask questions, get a selfie taken, those kinds of things. And for the deeper discussions that maybe are behind closed doors, we've got one-on-one customer meetings that are set up too. On the right, we've got what looked like last year with Jeff on stage, at least planning what we're planning for around the booth. It'll probably be a little bit bigger than what's pictured in there from what I've heard. But you'll get a sense that Microsoft will have a presence inside the Expo Hall alongside all of the vendors, which is not a small amount of people and vendors and companies. And generically speaking, this is essentially what the Expo Hall will look like. So your friend, I just wanted to put out here just a little quick call out. But if you go to the site, which I'll show you in a second, you'll see that each speaker is listed with what they're covering, and each session has a little bit more detail in terms of an abstract. But Paolo's doing a lot. If you liked what he heard, what he shared today, there's of course a lot more focused on the graph and bringing a lot of what it is that the SharePoint framework and some of what you can do with low code can do, especially if you like workshops. Paolo always puts on a great workshop. But this is a sample page when you get to the site. The other thing I want to encourage, and this is certainly not intended for that you have to attend to get this badge. It really is your intent to be an attendee of the Microsoft 365 Community Conference. It's your attendee badge that's for your profile in the Microsoft tech community. You can get it today, and it'll apply it right to your badge. But then the experience, hopefully, is you get your badge and then show us while you're at the conference in Orlando, and that'll set you up for a prize giveaway. If you come by the booth, show us your badge. We want to give you a prize for doing that. But you can do this at any time, and I'll show you that I've already done it as well. The other thing is, if you didn't see, there was an in-mail message from Jeff Teeper that talks about this a little bit, but it also gives some broader details about the conference. So this is what my profile page looks like. If you go to the tech community and you click on your image and see show profile, or you view anybody else's profile, you can scroll up and down their page, especially if you click on the achievements tab, and that's where you'll see the badges that you've earned or the ones that you've proactively pulled in. But I think with that, even though these aren't going to be coding demos, I thought it would be fun to see just a little bit of what it is that we got planned and how we're doing it. So I can't show you a lot of what the sessions are. I guarantee that you will see them within the coming weeks in terms of the Microsoft-led sessions. There are already a ton of sessions that are published to the public site already with a lot of great speakers and a really good insight into the intent of the whole conference so that you can see does it have what I need, and will there be those sessions that I expect? I can say the answer is yes, and definitely once these are all published, you will see these in full. But what I wanted to show you a little behind the scenes is we did a call for content internally. This is the list. It really is a Microsoft list stored in the space where we're working on the conference internally. And it's got a lot of people. You can see I've got a few people that are also in here with me right now. We can have the presence that's coming in. But real quickly, I just wanted to show you the form that we created using the new forms technology that isn't yet quite released, but we've talked about it. And this is the form that we created to share with anybody inside Microsoft that wanted to submit a session for the conference for consideration. This is the form. I won't go into too many details because I don't want to burn too much of my time. But you can see in here we collected the session title, the abstracts, who the intended speakers were, and a few other aspects that we could learn what this session is about and which team it came from. And when you see this, this just looks like a form that you would fill out so that you can view it at any time. And hopefully if this form loads, we'll go back to the preview. And you can get a sense that you fill it out, you submit it, and it doesn't expose the list. Just as a recipient of this form, I fill it out, publish it, it sends it to the list as a new item, but I don't actually see the whole list, which is pretty cool. So we use some new tech and, of course, the power of lists to manage our sessions. All right, real quickly, if you haven't been to the Microsoft 365 conference site, this is it. It's got a lot of great information, even on the front page of who some of the speakers are, some of the things that we're planning, the highlights from last year, and, of course, the epic party that's planned. In the links in the chat, I already posted a couple of links to a few articles like this one. But what I wanted to show you here, I'm in the SharePoint community blog, and I'll show you in my profile, my badge, that I collected for the Microsoft 365 conference. That graphic, it's the same thing. This is my profile. I click on achievements, and there you can see I've earned the Microsoft 365 Community Conference badge. And so can you, and that link is in the chat. Next up is going to my next tab, which is hiding on me, is if you visit the conference Twitter handle, they're posting a lot of great things to expect, a lot of information about workshops, presenters, and all the different things that you can expect. If you're on Twitter or on X, definitely give them a follow, at least for a short bit of time, so you can learn more about the event. This is what I'll be publishing in a couple of weeks. This is the one from last year. You can expect a guide that will give you a full look in terms of all the different sessions that we're planning across all the different product teams and track categories. And of course, a lot of links so that you can learn more. And if you were paying attention and you're a follower of the Cash Box, I just published an article this morning that talks about my thoughts on the upcoming event, which you're getting right now live, so this might be duplicative, but certainly another source to be able to learn to make a good decision. So back to just a few slides so that you can see a little bit more. This will be also in the deck that the team posts for the on-demand portion of this recording. And so you can learn a little bit more about the attendee party if you like Harry Potter or Spider-Man, or you're a fan of being scared by big ginormous Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's always a fun party. It happens to be at Disneyland, specifically in the Universal Islands of Adventure. Really fun. If you want to give a little bit of shout out around your plans to go to the conference, or you just want to help advertise that there's a great conference to attend, whether you can or not, we'd love for your eyeballs and ears and your outbound channels. This will just be a cheater way to be able to copy paste and publish about the event. There's also some fun YouTube channel videos that the team has been publishing that give you a little bit more. And always use the hashtag M365Con. So get ready to power your AI transformation. Register today. I hope you've learned a little bit around what it is that Microsoft is planning behind the scenes. We are sponsoring the event, full transparency. We take no we're not shy about that. We work closely with the event team. We work closely with MVPs, and we really do listen year over year what it is that the audience wants. So check it out. Look at all the information. Decide whether you want to join us. We encourage you to register. Don't forget to register with that code, which is the MSCUST, and you will get a discount. And let us know if you're attending. With that, Fabian, back to you.